Lacking the cracking, cracking the lacking. Put it nice. Hi.
Sing your song.
I'm the problem with me. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Blending. Specifically in this case, bitters blending. We're taking all of the, not all of them, but just some of them. Some of them. We're taking some of them and just blending them together to make a bitters recipe. Every recipe uses different botanicals. Each one of these jars and jugs represents a different botanical. So we can go in here, like when we're doing recipe development, I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and come up with a recipe. And then when it actually comes time to making a product, same thing, just on a slightly different scale. I'm making some aromatic bitters right now. First ingredient I need to add is star anise. So what's nice about this system is we don't have a lot of loss because we'll, make a bunch of star anise extract and there's usually a little bit left over, and whatever's left over we put in here. Or when I'm pouring off this, section of clear liquid and leaving sediment behind. This sediment's still pretty liquid heavy, so we also just put that again into glass and let it settle again. So our loss is limited, but it also helps ensure consistency from batch to batch because, for example, I'm going to be adding star anise here. This is star anise extract that we made in April. Here's one from January. Is there any more here? Here's one from December 2022, also from December. So I'm going to compile all of these extracts that were made over time into one, and that basically will guarantee that, over the course of a couple of years, seasonal differences are minimized, and then we have some fresh.
I was gonna say, because sometimes too it depends on where we're receiving the botanicals from, that there can be some differences there.
Yes, you have seasonal differences and also location-based differences, terroir. And then we have some very, very recent extracts that we just let, these have been in here for a week or so, which is why they're still in buckets. Because we knew we were going to be blending this soon, so there was no point in putting them into glass. But I got to be careful moving things because I don't want to disturb the sediment layer on the bottom. Excuse me. So that I can carefully pour that off the top. I need my secondary Quinn's tool of the week. Probably more important than the bucket scraper.
For sure. I don't know why the bucket scraper suddenly had all of your attention.
Well, because that one was novel, and we were just using it for the first time. But the tool of the year.
Of the year, we're upgrading it now.
I don't know. It's an important tool. Okay, what importance level would you give the bucket opener?
It's like on a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of importance, non-numerical importance.
Oh, extremely important.
Just extremely?
Yeah, it's less important than the buckets themselves. We could get away with it without...
Could we get away without buckets?
We couldn't get away without buckets.
Could we get away without this?
Yes.
Therefore, the buckets are more important than this.
Yeah, but non-numerical value. I said extremely...
No, you said more important than the buckets themselves.
No. I said not more important than the buckets
okay, sorry.
themselves.
Yes, but pretty dang close. Buckets are very important. But this...
Yeah, I would prioritize buckets over the bucket opener, but...
Actually, why don't I demonstrate? So, these lids make a really, really, really good seal, but to get it off, you've got to this one is actually opening easier, but you've got to
But it kind of messes with your, it's just not ergonomic.
That opened easy, whereas oftentimes, I got to put this on the ground. I literally cannot open it without kind of causing pain. This lid apparently was an easy one, but whatever. Bucket opener though, you just go around and bing bang. This guy's nice.
It's always just put down the last place that Quinn uses it, and then we can't find it.
The other important thing when blending extracts, though, and with food processing in general, is following the first in, first out rule. So when we are extracting, which is why we date, one of the many reasons why we date everything, but that way I can use the oldest first, and then the newest last, and then I'll likely be left with a significant amount of this remaining, and this, whatever's remaining, will go into glass and go onto the shelf. We'll probably then have to do a new product where we need to make more than what we have available in stock, so we'll make more, and then I will grab the oldest that I had previously put on the, you get it, don't you? Michaela's giving me eyeballs.
I'm just nodding along.
And I also, our scale that I've got here tends to time out, so I like to kind of pre-open my hingies a bit. The one annoying thing about having, especially with some of our gallon jugs that have like this big neck on them, is it'll bubble, because the liquid moving out has to be displaced by air going in, but that bubbling will disturb the sediment on the bottom, so you gotta start really, really slow pour with these things with necks. I need 7.36 kilos. So it is just like here you can kind of see the bubbles, and it's disturbing the bottom where the sediment is, whereas now I've poured out enough liquid so the bubbles have stopped, but I don't want to pour too much so that it causes more bubbles to disturb. And basically I pour this, and from my point of view, because I've got the white background of the bucket, I can see through this dark green glass and know, yep, I've got sediment coming right about now. I can let a little bit in, but there's the bulk of it. And before the bulk of it pours in, I stop. And that little bit of sediment, it's still liquidy, so we'll combine all of that little bits at the end and put that back in jars, let that resettle again. Whereas, yeah, these things with the wider mouth, I can just pour that easy. And I'm just watching for sediment and just kind of making a judgment call. Actually, this one is nice because pretty much all of the sediment stayed on the bottom there, so I don't have to be too finicky. And I don't mind a little bit of sediment going into this liquid, because we're then going to let this, I'm going to measure it in this bucket and then put it into a stainless steel drum, and then that drum's going to sit. I mean, for our own bitters, like I think our thing of orange bitters has been sitting for 4 months. So once it's all blended, it sits for a long, long time, and any residual sediment that occurs, it'll all settle out over the 4 months. And then basically we just do this process again with the finished blended stuff, just on a bigger scale. We just have to be really careful. Like, once, really got to kind of think ahead of where we place one of these drums or tanks in our warehouse.
And what you'll need kind of first. So you don't want to place something that, like, put everything back there, and then the next week you need the tank that's at the very back.
Yeah, exactly. Because basically once it's down for aging or settling, you really don't want to disturb it, because you want to end up with a really nice sediment cake at the end that you can rack off of easily. So what am I going to? 7.36. I'm at 2.83. Now I'm going to do the big bucket. I'm not going to need all of this. But a nice, beautiful, clear liquid coming off the top, and then sediment left behind. I need 7.36. I did 7.43. That's okay. That's an ease. Once I've measured it, I then have my blending.
What do we do first? Make sure all the valves are closed.
Make sure your valves are closed. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, good practice, make sure your clamps are tight so nothing leaks out. I've measured my thing. I pour it into a blending tank. Actually, what I find, what I most often do And I always forget, and then I go, oh yeah, I gotta go do this. Wait, where's
It's on the end of the rack. We're hanging off the end of the.
Our fine mesh sieve. Also important tool of the week, month, year,
No, you
whatever.
have to pick one.
It's another important tool because this will fit both in a bucket and in our on the edge of our tanks, and it's got a really, really nice fine mesh. So really captures the bulk. So any sediment I did pour in, or if there's, you know, whatever, this will catch a lot of it. We've gotten really good at pouring buckets.
And then how many times do you have to do this?
This is an easy product. This isn't our aromatic bitters. We do some co-packing or private labeling for some other companies. This one, botanically speaking, is a little bit more straightforward than our own. This only has 4, so this is easy.
Oh, easy peasy.
Whereas our orange bitters that I'm doing after this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, that's like, you know, I mean, compared to our vermouth, which is pushing 30. I mean, I think our most complicated bitters that we make, I think, is Sazerac. Not Sazerac. I just can't use that name. New Orleans Red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different botanicals in that one. Yeah, so I'll do this now. I think I got a bunch of cinnamon and clove to add. Yeah.
Cool.
That's basically the fundamentals of extract blending. We do this same process for all of our bitters and also for our vermouths and things. Instead of a 43% extract, we do a 24% mead based.
Which is what I'm
Yeah, we was working on
separating cutting today.
Same process. We make a extract blend, which I mean is fundamentally kind of bitters, and we make that extract blend, and then we use that extract blend to then flavor our base mead, which is why we make both bitters and vermouth, because from a production point of view,
Same but different.
same but different, and also the same customer base too. I mean, all the people that are buying vermouth are probably likely the same people that are buying bitters, which is why we discontinued our soda syrups, because
Lots of cocktail folks.
Yes, that was different customers and also different production processes. So when there's only 2 of us, we only have so much bandwidth.
And time. Speaking of, let's get crack-a-lackin'.
Okay, I will keep lacking the cracking the lacking.
I don't know. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.